deceptive. I hate to be angry with this guy. But did you hear me call you Don King?
Oh, please. I mean, what is this, some kind of Freudian slip?
No, it was just a joke.
Oh,
it was just a joke because, believe me.
We don't want to keep this young man waiting
this is
right
the man.
here.
Showtime.
This is Jeffrey Stoudemire, middleweight. I almost said champion. That's a Freudian slip, too. Well, you are
He's a champion. That's right.
You are a champion. No wonder. Well, congratulations in order for you, too. How do you feel about winning that Forum Slits Championship in the middleweight division?
Well, I feel great. It's just another stepping stone to where I deserve to be at. Mm-hmm. And that's in the position that Marvelous Marvin Hagler is holding it right now.
Well, now, you know I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah. I mean, I should not let all of my biasness slip out, but I think you're the greatest. I mean, you know I think that. I think all of you are very talented, but in particular in the middleweight division, I think you're a star.
Well, thank you very much.
And I'd like to know this from you, too. Do you ever, at any moment, feel just a tiny bit of animosity toward your opponent?
No, at all. I've been fighting for 12 years. And I've never went into a fight angry at a guy. No, I never.
And afterwards, when you see him, I mean, can you really say hi and we can go?
Oh yeah, especially if he give me a good fight. I have to respect him. Yeah, but if he don't give me,
you win a good fight, but you win.
Oh right. Well, if he win, give me a good fight, and he win, well, hey, I got to carry his bags.
And
but if I win,
you'll still be his friend.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially if, like I said, if he give me a good fight and I win, I respect him a lot, awful lot. But again, I don't have any animosity against any of my opponents. I just wish that we can settle a lot of these wars through just they send their best boxers from their countries and our best boxers.
And just get it out of the way.
Right.
You know, one thing I'd like to get into before we go too far is your clip, too. We do have a clip of the last round, I think it is, of your fight. And I must say, is it ready? I must say that people thought that, some people who don't know, thought that you weren't going to win. Were you one of them?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I was.
Really? Someone thought I wasn't going to win?
Somebody, actually. They didn't tell me, but some people had said that.
No.
You know. I want you to talk about it and just tell us what your feeling was.
Okay.
Let's see if we can. Oh, there he is.
Oh, well, right here, I had hurt him, so I was going to close the show.
Did he really punch that hard? Because people said he was really a hard puncher.
I don't know. He never hit me.
Oh! I thought you'd be able to tell me, because people do say that.
And right here, like I said, I had hurt him, and he was trying to get away from me, so I couldn't let him get off the hook.
People are also saying that you looked a little bit different in this fight than some of the others. You seem stronger, more determined, and more everything than before. Is there any particular reason for it?
Yes, because this was the first real live opponent that I had faced, and they felt that I wasn't going to come through, and I knew that this is just one of the many that I must pass in order to be a champion, a great champion.
Well, because one of the things that they were saying was that he had such a hard punch.
But like again, Gene, I can't answer that question because he never really hit me.
You were just so fast, and people were sitting there saying, gosh, he boxes like Sugar Ray Leonard, and gosh, he reminds me of this person or that person, but I think it was great. I loved it, and I was on my feet, Showtime, from the beginning to the end, and I was very glad that you won and everything. And one thing I'd like to say is that people don't realize that you've been around for a while, and that even though they look at you and they say, well, he reminds me of Sugar Ray, or he reminds me of Hagler, or whomever, you were around when they were around. It's just that when you were getting ready to go to the Olympics, that year they didn't have the Olympics, and had they, you would have been an Olympic winner.
Oh, yes. But everything works out for a reason, and I think right now I don't know why the reason that it happened, but again, when the opportunity presents itself, I will be taking advantage of it.
It doesn't bother you then that you didn't get a chance, because it would have been, and you know, much easier had you gone on and gotten a chance to win the Olympics.
Yeah, I would always like to look at it that way, that I would have won the Olympics.
Oh,
but again,
you would have, you definitely would have. But I mean,
but it's a lot of more things that I picked up by not winning the Olympics, as far as about life itself. And like for one, I found the Lord in 1980. So hey, I'm a winner. That's a gold medal itself.
For real,
yeah.
I mean that's
right. That's the ultimate gold medal.
Oh, absolutely. And I love what you said. You know, you said, "And may Jesus bless you after your fight." I thought that was beautiful, because you are very prayerful too before you go in the ring.
Yes.
And I like that a lot, because I think that the image that has been perpetuated for so many years is that these guys are out to really hurt each other. They don't like each other. These people don't pray. They don't look like other human beings. But certainly Marty Monroe, Connie Swift, and you look good enough for anybody to know that you don't look the way boxers are supposed to look. You don't act the way they're supposed to act, now do they? I mean, they
absolutely
look,
not.
all of them look like they could be accountants, don't they?
Or lawyers.
Oh, I mean, they really look good, and I really like
Don't make
that.
me blush.
Well, I heard
Blush.
you mention after the fight that you wanted to get Marvin Hagler
Yeah, well,
closet.
yes, I asked him to name 3 pretenders, and I would fight the 3 that he named.
So you think
by
they're
this-
just pretending, the ones in the top
Oh, yeah,
10?
yeah, they're scared of him. See, you cannot beat a man if you're scared before you get inside the ring.
That's true.
The fight is won before you get in there. You got to believe that you're a winner before you get into the ring. You can't get in the ring then decide, well, I'm going to win now.
So you're not afraid to fight Hagler then, obviously?
Oh, no. But right now, if I fought Hagler right now, I honestly feel in my heart I would just give him a good fight. I may not win. I would just give him a good fight. Like they gave me 3 months or 6 months notice. I would just give him a good fight.
But you want to go
First
in
of all, I
and do
wouldn't
it
be
real
scared of him.
decisively then.
Yes, there you go. And I feel by this time next year, because I'm going to be training with a lot of southpaws, and I'm going to make it every day of my training.
Because you do need a little bit more, I guess, experience, because he's had so many fights, and that is a key.
Yeah.
I don't want the audience to misunderstand what you mean. I mean, had you had at this moment as many fights as he has had already, then you would be ready to beat him decisively tonight. Am I correct?
Right.
Okay, I just don't want them to misunderstand.
By this time next year, I will no way. It's no way I would have that many fights that he has.
But you'd have just more fights than you've had tonight.
Right.
At any rate, you'd win.
Well,
if the
that's
two of
right.
you, okay, because I believe
Come October, I will win.
Because with your style, with your
Right.
style, I've noticed that the boxers that Hagler has fought, none of them have boxed the way you box. I mean, you box beautifully, and your style is reminiscent to those people who know Sugar Ray Leonard of his style, and of course Muhammad Ali's. I remember when we were in Ali's camp together, I watched you, and I could see that you had that same style, and I thought it was beautiful.
Yes.
And I think that, don't you think that it's that style that's, I mean, you wouldn't go in with Hagler and say, well, I'm going to plan to go toe-to-toe. I mean, wouldn't you probably plan to box him?
I would do whatever it took to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? I mean,
No fouls, but whatever it took to win.
But I mean, don't you think you could really make it easy for yourself if you were to just jab? You do that beautifully. You could stand back and never feel him. I mean, he's going to come with all those bombs, and you have good reach. You could keep him at a distance.
Yeah, but I come to find out through boxing that a lot of guys that, you get out there and you start boxing and doing what they think you're going to do, then they, hey.
Because, I've wondered about that. I mean, they
But
get
when
on
you do
TV,
the opposite.
right, and they say, well, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
Then well, okay.
Yeah.
Showtime Hagler, in case you're watching,
Yeah.
is not going to jab you.
That's
He
right.
is going to go toe-to-toe, and he's
Yeah.
going to jump on you the minute the bell rings. I think he heard us.
Okay.
Now I'd like to... No, I also realized that you didn't have a manager, and I liked what you said about that, the fact that today boxers are looking more carefully into their business.
Yes, since the last fight, really, since I entered the tournament, my wife been working more with me.
That's the way to go. Now,
Right.
I managed my husband all the way to number 4
Right,
in the world.
and I think that you played a great part in that.
Oh, thanks.
So I feel kind of comfortable with her as far as handling the few fights that she has.
God has smiled on your mind. Honestly, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And I must say, I'm just so happy that you could come. I mean, I guess it shows. The guys we had on the day are my favorites. Naturally, my husband's one of my favorites.
Of course.
Not naturally, though. He's a good boxer.
Well, I don't know.
But I mean, it's not because he's my husband. It's not
I
because
would
he's my
say
husband.
I would say that if I was in that situation and was a boxer, I would always say he was my best. I would never.
Well,
of
I'm
course.
telling the truth though, and Connie Swift, and Showtime.
And Showtime, but we have 3 championship
Don't we?
material
And so
right here.
handsome,
But
and-
well, let's skip the handsome. That's for
Oh
you.
no, I
Let's-
can't skip that.
But they all have that championship edge.
That's true.
And that is what's important to athletes in general. If you have that when Jeff walked into the ring against McCracken, I saw the championship
Plus,
edge.
they're prayerful. That's another thing we
For
must
sure,
point out.
for
All
sure.
3 of them are prayerful, and that's
They all live
important.
good lives, and that's it. That's all it takes.
Well, Earl, let me say this. I am thrilled to have worked with you today. I really
It's
am.
always a pleasure to work with you, Jean.
Was it?
For
Was
sure,
it?
for sure.
We're okay on the radio, huh? But this was nice.
Well, Radio and TV, it's all the same. Only we have to look good, and you just bring out the beauty in all of us.
And I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today.
And we'll be back next week.
Well, I'm not certain, but we will be back. We do know that.
We'll be back.
We will
Okay,
be back.
very good. And we'll have more championship boxers and boxing and such.
Those are the only type I'd like to deal with. I mean, the
I
ones who
understand.
have a chance to be champion.
What
or
about your?
already champion.
Very good. Very good.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.